Hey there, it's Susan Pierce Thompson, and welcome to the weekly vlog. So, I have a treat for you this week. A little bit ago, my team and I pulled our Bright Lifers. Those are people who've completed the boot camp or Reboot Resume and chosen to stay on the mothership in the Bright Lifers program. So, we pulled our Bright Lifers and we asked them what they're doing to stay sane and grounded and bright and happy during this extraordinary time of coronavirus lockdown. And we got tons of responses, more than we could possibly put in this vlog. But the editorial team has selected with an eye for diversity, not only of background and perspective, but also the tips that people are sharing. And I do want you to know that by far the number one thing that people said was that they were leaning into their bright lines and sticking to their food plan to stay sane during this time. And they said all kinds of other things too. So take a look.
This is Tony Wade. I'm from Fairfield, California, and welcome to the weekly vlog. So, I have to share about, what I'm doing now in this unusual time that we're going through. And for me, it's about, I'm doing the same stuff I was doing before. That's what I'm doing, because that's what worked. That's been what's really helped me, is to stay connected. Do the things that work, stay in the now, live in the present.
Hello, I'm Chloe. I'm in France and I'm a 10 plus plus on the susceptibility scale. I've been doing BLE for almost 2 years now, and the way that I stay sane during this time is to maintain my morning ritual. And one of the elements of my morning ritual is just 5 minutes of language learning. And at the moment I'm learning Greek, so I have the Greek one. I'm on lesson 3 and it's really interactive. So
Yorgos is Greek, but he speaks English, doesn't he?
O Yorgos είναι Ελληνάς,
Ο Yorgos είναι Ελληνάς.
αλλά μιλάει αγγλικά έτσι δεν είναι. So I just do that every morning, and it's a lovely ritual to feel like I'm making progress with something every single day. And it's also really life affirming to kind of project into the future and a possible future holiday in Greece when this is all blown over.
My name is Leslie Fiwis, and I live in Plano, Texas, and it finally stopped raining yesterday, so we can now go out and walk, which is great. What keeps me sane and happy is my artwork. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, which is a meditative art form. So I like doing things like this, and this, and this is something I just finished. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm not getting myself upset or worried. I have 2 children that lost their jobs, and so now I have 5 extra people to take care of. My husband's pension may be cut, and that's what we live on. I am not going to worry about it because I'm taking it one day at a time. I do not listen to the news. I listen to the news once a day in the morning, and then I don't listen to it the rest of the day because it makes me crazy, and I don't want to feel like that.
Hi everyone, my name is Rich Salza, and I'm coming to you from Philomath, Oregon, near the coast, about midway down Oregon. I'm a captain and the Fire Life Safety Officer here at Philomath Fire and Rescue. I'm actually in the middle of a 33-hour shift at the moment. With all the COVID-19 things going on, you can imagine things are a little intense around here these days, right? So I am a 10 plus on the susceptibility scale. I'm at day 205 of my Bright Line eating journey, and I've released 90 pounds in that time. And I'm also the team leader for our Gideon Games group, the Determinators, which makes me very happy, actually. That actually is one of the things that supports me the most in this journey right now with all of this craziness that's going on. Team really does make a difference. I've dropped 2 meds. My game is to drop another, med at least down to half, which is the last one that I'm on here. all blood pressure medicines. So I've dropped two, and I'm going to be having one of them by the end of the getting games, right? So I've got that future. When you start living into a future, it occurs in the present moment, and it just pulls you right into it.
Hey everyone! So, there are two things I'd like to share with you today. The first thing is that I have a rare neurological condition that affects my voice, so that's why it's a bit shaky. And the second thing is that Susan wanted some diversity in these videos, so here I am. I am Walid. I am 27 years old. I am from Paris, France. I have a Muslim background, but also part of the LGBTQ plus community, so that's something. My objective today is to break the binge and back on track cycle. So my tip for that is actually to use this lockdown time properly to work on yourself on a deeper level. Actually, you know, if you have this same cycle, you do the work. You take a piece of paper, you start journaling about your emotions, you research, you reach out to your therapist if you have one, to identify maybe if you have, I'm sure you have emotions, but maybe there are some hidden emotions behind that would be good to identify to help you progress in your bright line eating journey. So that's my tip.
Hi, I'm Cindy Jukes. I live in Taylorsville, Utah. I just recently celebrated being on Bright Lines for a whole year, and the program has brought me great happiness and joy, and I hope next year that I'll have met my goal by the time my second anniversary on this wonderful plan comes up. When we use our time to meditate and pray and ponder is to think of things that we can do for other people. I was really happy this past week that I was able to donate blood. Every day I try and think of someone around me or one of my grandkids or someone that might need a telephone call or a postcard in the mail or an email and try and reach out to other people around about me. Even maybe put a roll of toilet paper on somebody's doorstep. Trying to do things for people around me helps me too at this time that's hard for all of us.
Hi, Penelope Jane Smith here in the San Francisco Bay Area of California. I joined Brightline Eating in 2006 and I am down 66 pounds from my highest weight with 34 more to go to goal weight. And one tip that has been really helpful for me in sticking to my bright lines right now is to really prioritize sleep. And what that looks like for me specifically right now is to go to bed when my toddler goes to bed. So we are in bed by like 8:30, 8:45, lights off, and that is making all the difference.
My name is Brian Madigan. I live in Vancouver, Canada. I'm a 7 on the susceptibility scale, and I'm part of the queer community. I recognized yesterday that since the self-isolation happened with COVID-19 that I've been self-medicating with NMD and NMF. For me, rock bottom always looks like breaking the sugar line. As a 7, you can imagine I tend to push the boundaries pretty well, and I did that last night. I felt horrible about it, felt horrible because of it, and decided that I need to get my program shored up and get back on track. I really do believe that Brightline Eating is the only way that I'm going to get through this strong and healthy and sane, and I know that I've got the tools I need to deal with those emotions that I'm trying to medicate with the food. So I resumed this morning. I'm bright so far today, and I'm planning to stay that way throughout this, unless we're at a point where I have no choice but to eat food that would not normally be on my program. Hopefully you're all doing well, and we'll all get through this together.
Hi there, my name is Jane Lammers, and I have been a Bright Lifer since December, I think it was, of 2017, after starting the BLE program in August of 2017. I'm a 10 on the susceptibility scale, so following the bright lines is really important to me in terms of my sanity around food. So, in light of this COVID situation and how it has displaced many of us or sheltered us in place, Me in particular, I was just coming back from an extended trip in Indonesia when all of this broke out. So I'm not living in my home, which is usually in Rochester, New York. I am staying with friends here in Orlando, Florida area, and living with other people who do not eat the BLE way, but also wanting to contribute to the household by cooking has led me to use the BLE cookbook. And so I found recipes in there for things like citrus cilantro shrimp and Mexican-inspired cauliflower rice that I can make for my non-BLE eating housemates, and they really enjoy it.
Hi, my name is Kirsten and I live in Kansas City. I am 26 years old and I have been doing Bright Line Eating since October 2017, which is mind-blowing to me. My lines have not been perfect recently. The stress of everything going on in the world and being home so much has gotten to me. But the number one way that I'm combating it is with movement. So I'm at my desk all day working and my body gets really sick of just sitting still. And that on top of emotional stress makes me just want to numb out. And so before I even realize it, I'm wandering into my kitchen and grabbing a handful of nuts. So the way that I'm combating this is when I have those urges, I get up and I do some squats, or I'll do some jumping jacks, I'll do some yoga, really hold a stretch, anything to move my body and get centered again. When I move, I get back in my body and out of that foggy cloud of wanting to numb.
Hello everyone, I'm Jill Gething from the UK. We live in Devon in the southwest of the UK. And I want to introduce my husband, John.
Hello.
And we are knitters. And we are knitting our way through the coronavirus crisis. We've been isolated for 2 weeks now. This is our third week. And we're finding a lot of companionship in knitting. At the moment, we're both knitting scarves. Mine is for my daughter, and John's is from our niece. Wrong way around.
Hi, everybody. Linda here in Minnesota. I'm an 8 on the susceptibility scale. I've been doing Bright Line Eating for about 3.5 years, on maintenance for 3 years. With all this uncertainty, trying to figure out how to get groceries through Instacart or, ordering online, and venturing out when I need to. The one thing, with all this uncertainty, the one thing that I find that where I can ground myself, and instead of being so untethered, one thing where I can ground myself is my food plan. I know what that is, so that's one place where I can stay grounded.
Shauna Murph from Reno, Nevada. I would say that probably the biggest contributor to keeping my lines shiny bright during this crazy time, as well as for years, has been bulk food prep. And the fact that I know every week exactly how many vegetables, grains, proteins, fruits, fats I need to keep my lines bright, so that when everything else seems out of control, at least my food is in control.
Hi there, my name is Samantha Abbo. I am a 17-year-old bright lifer. I am a 10 on the susceptibility scale, and I live in Sterling Heights, Michigan. As of right now, Michigan is on a 3-week lockdown, so we are staying inside. I actually just got back from a bike ride though, but it's fine, doesn't count. That's actually what I've been doing to keep sane and out of boredom. Going on bike rides, walks, stuff like that. Before Bright Line Eating, I would just go to food and eat when I was bored, but that's different now. I eat 3 meals a day, every single day, and it will not change. Just because all of this is going on doesn't mean I can find an excuse to eat flour or sugar, and I intend on staying bright. As of adjusting the plan, I have been eating a lot of frozen and canned vegetables and fruits, but I'm not really bothered by that. I hope everyone who is doing Bright Line Eating stays bright and finds a way to cope with this in whatever way they can.
Hi, my name is Shannon Burns, and I have been doing Bright Line Eating for a little over 3 years now, or 4, I can't remember. I am a 7 on the susceptibility scale, and I wanted to share some things that have really been helping me because I've been able to keep my lines very bright since the coronavirus outbreak has really become a global pandemic. By following my bright lines, I'm actually doing a civic duty to the community. By weighing and measuring my food precisely, I'm taking only and exactly what my body needs to survive and saving remaining precious resources for other people in the community and for future versions of myself and the people in my household. Given that so many grocery stores are running low on supplies, it feels incredibly important to do that. Not taking less than I need, so that way my health is optimal. That's the other thing that's been helping me out a whole lot, is realizing that one of the best things I can do to take care of my physical body at this time is to follow my bright lines, which then reduces my need to rely on critical health services that other people need so desperately right now. So by taking care of my health and following my bright lines, I'm doing my part in reducing the need to expend healthcare resources that other people desperately need. So I'd say if you're struggling to keep your lines, consider doing it not just for yourself, but as an act of care for the rest of your community. Do it for something bigger than yourself.
I have found that laughter helps me to get through these troubled times. So I hope everybody finds something to make them laugh out loud. Thanks. Bye.
And that's it for the weekly vlog. And wait, they're right here. Wait, is it this side? Wait. Is there going to be a blooper reel?
Let me help you out with that, Tony. And that's the weekly vlog. I'll see you next week.